One more day, everyone. One more day to Election Day.
The economy suffers when healthcare is not operating to the best of its ability.
You do not have to hold your nose and vote NDP to get rid of Heather Stephenson and the PCs.
The leaders of Manitoba's major political parties are making their final campaign promises and appeal to Manitoban voters ahead of Tuesday's election. The ruling Manitoba PCs have waited until the final day of the election campaign to release the full details of their platform. Leader Heather Stephenson speaking to media in Winnipeg for the first time in a week and a half.
We will invest more in our communities to make them stronger. We will attract, train and retain more healthcare workers while continuing historic investments into our healthcare system.
NDP leader Wab Kinew ending his campaign trail the same way he started, holding a press conference in a Tory-held riding in suburban Winnipeg. Kinew focusing heavily on healthcare, promising to reopen 3 ERs in Winnipeg and hire hundreds of more nurses and doctors. Kinew also making one last promise Monday, saying the NDP will reduce wait times at emergency rooms across Manitoba.
We are committing, as part of our Health Human Resources plan, to immediately begin investing in adding 60 beds at the Health Sciences Centre, 34 beds at the Grace Hospital behind us, 30 beds at St. Boniface, and 10 beds at Brandon.
Manitoba Liberal leader Dougal Lamont calling this an incredibly important election.
We have all these systems collapsing, and the NDP and the PCs have completely failed to rise to the occasion. We came up with a plan that's fiscally responsible, that actually aims to tackle the biggest issues in our province, especially serving and lifting up the people in our province who've been suffering the most for the longest time.
Mary Agnes Welch from Probe Research says with advanced voting completed, there really isn't much the leaders of each major party could do to sway voters at this time.
The leaders have done what they can really do to get that vote out and get it locked in and kind of get people kind of geeked up to go to the polls tomorrow.
Latest polling shows the NDP have a 22 percentage point lead over the PCs in Winnipeg. However, outside the city, the PCs hold a 15% lead over the NDP. Welch says no matter the outcome, the election will be historic.
We're either going to have our First Nations premier or our first elected woman premier who sort of elected in a general election.
Manitobans will head to the polls on Tuesday with voting stations closing at 8 p.m. You can watch live coverage of election night right here on City News. In Winnipeg, Alex Karpa, City News.